All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I'm just gonna send out some tweets and then we can get started. We'll probably wait about 5 minutes for everyone to get started, to pull in here, and then we'll get going. All right. Let's get this YouTube link. All right, perfect. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, guys. So, first and foremost, let's see what the job report number is while we wait for everyone to kind of tune in here. Dali, good morning. Mr. Needham, good morning. Don, hello. Oscar, good morning. David, good morning. Israel, good morning. Wilson, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. All right, let's see what. All right, so jobless claims actually came in pretty good. Around 200 less than expected, 200K less than expected, maybe a little less, 110K less than expected, which is pretty good. All right, so let's wait for everyone to tune in here. We'll wait probably about, till about 8:35, and then we'll get it started, and we'll take it from there. Let everybody roll in here slowly. So we'll go over some of the free alerts, we'll go over the market conditions, what to look forward to, and then we'll go over some Q&A. GM. Ignu, good morning. Vic, good morning. Byflow just got off work, so he's not sure how long he's gonna take to stay up, but it's all good, baby. Caleb, good morning. Rayhan, good morning. Tony, good morning. Ben, good morning. Lauren, good morning. Patrick, good morning. All right, guys. Lots of people coming in here. Love to see it. Gotta stay hydrated. All right, guys. So we'll wait till 8:35 and then we'll get it kicked started here. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful morning. Sky, my man, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Everybody's tuned in here. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Gotta wait for everybody to come in. Some people wake up a little bit late. Some people wake up 5 minutes before the market opens. So, either way, we gotta wait for people to tune in here. And then we'll get it started. Right. Patrick, good morning. King, check. Bullets, what's up, my man? Dave, what up, everybody? Edgar, hey. What's going on, man? Good morning. Rotskovich, my man, good morning. Israel Oliveras, let's go. Bring that coffee, man. All right, 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes and we'll get started here. If you guys are tuned in early here, there's 66 of you. Go ahead and smash that like button. YouTube does like it when you guys like the content you watch. So I can show you more of it. So go ahead and smash that like button. Evans, my man, good morning. Daniel, good morning. Whoa, they're late, they're lost. Combat, God morning. Amen. Preston, what's up, man? Good morning. Alright guys, 8:34 times flying here. So we'll get started right with the SPY. And I think the last time we tuned in here was on this big pullback here, which is exciting because what I told you guys then came to fruition. Alright guys, a few more seconds here, about 30 seconds, and we'll get started. I want to give everybody a fair chance of tuning in before we start pushing the pedal to the metal. Awesome, love it. You guys are liking the video, perfect. So let's get started here, guys. First and foremost, last week we discussed market pullbacks are very healthy, right? When everybody was panicking on these days, we actually put on a few swing trades. The pullbacks are healthy. It's good for you guys to understand that. You know, ultimately we need to get close to these moving averages, and the tighter they are, the more fluent we can continue to move higher, right? Take a look at the past here. We have the pullbacks into the moving averages and then continued higher. Pullback, continued higher, pullback, continued higher. Okay, there's no magic to it. Think of it as this entire basket full of stocks, and all the stocks are moving up. So when people start taking, you know, their profits from these stocks, then we're going to get that pullback because everybody's making money on the way up here. So when those people take their profits, then new investors come back in, and it's a whole cycle all over again. All right. So with that said, let's dive right into the SPY and the levels that we're looking at today. So obviously this morning, not as much fear as we had last week when everyone was kind of panicking. So good to see that. But let's get right into it. All right. What are we looking at here? Let me put on my levels. All right. So here we go. This is the levels that we're kind of looking at here. Yesterday, or actually on today's Thursday, on Tuesday, we pushed above this level but failed to hold above it, right? We came down, and in the after hours and future session, we struggled to get back above it. Yesterday, we didn't even come close to it. Today, we're fighting it yet again, all right? So what are we looking at today? Today, in order for us to continue to see higher movement, right, we need to stay above this 469. If we can stay above that 469 level, we should see a push to the 470, right? 470.65, 450, 470.50 here, which is the all-time highs, right? We have the all-time highs sitting at 470.65, and then if we can get above this and hold above this level, we're looking for a move to 472.50, right? Put my line here, 472.50. All right, now this is based on a fib and intraday pivot level, so that's the level we're looking at. This right here, we'll see some resistance. We're going to get a nice fluid move. We're going to see some resistance. If we can consolidate and hold above this level, then we can look to kind of push up towards that 476 level, which is a long way to go. But, you know, the first step here is to get to this level and see how we react. All right. Now, on the downside, if we reject this, we can very easily come back and pull right into this 467 area. Why? Because we've had prior support in this area. If we can hold this, great, we might track back. However, if we get that flush, we lose this, then we're coming to that key area of the 466, 466.20, which was a level that we continued to hold in the previous days, right? Right here, we held it very well. So if we do pull down to that level, I'm expecting this level to hold. If not, we do have room to the 465.13 and 464.49. All right, so the key thing today would be this 469.52 level. If we can maintain above, we move higher, reject, and we can crack back down and sell off. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. Let's pull up the daily chart. Let's clean this up a little bit. Let's go to the daily chart here. And the daily chart was the same thing we discussed in the last week, right? We pulled back. Qs are, you know, they were slightly outperforming the market last week. And today we're pushing up pretty nicely, and again outperforming the market here slightly, simply because of, you know, the good news on Apple and Nvidia. So the Qs are looking slightly better overall in regards to the SPY, and it's pretty evident right here. We can see we have this nice push up, and it's actually doing a great job flagging up here. So let's put our levels up here, and the level we need to monitor on the Qs is exactly that level that's holding right now. This 399.50, you can see this was drawn, I don't know how long ago I drew this line, but it rejected yesterday at this level. Now we are above that level, and this level is holding. So this is the level we're going to monitor going into today in regards to the Qs. If we can maintain this, we're looking for a push to the 401 essentially, and then over that we have room right up to that 402.80 level. Okay, this is the area we're going to have to monitor. Let's see how this holds up, and then we can address it after. But above this 399.50 level, 401 will be next, and then we're looking at 402.80. All right, now if we can't hold this 399.50, we can very easily roll back over to the 398.62, and if we lose that, we're coming straight down to this at least 397.19, which happens to be a 200 moving average on the 15-minute, but ultimately if we lose that, we're coming down to 396, and under that it gets a little weird, because then we have this nice little pocket which was old resistance, and if we get under it, it becomes, which is old support, and if we get under it, it becomes new resistance, and we do have room to the 394.59. All right, so monitor these levels, note them down. We talked about them. I have written them in the Discord as well if you want to pay close attention to them, but ultimately these are the levels we need to monitor. All right, so now as far as the free alerts goes, I put 3 free alerts out for you guys. Yesterday I didn't put out any because you guys failed to get above that like level. Anyways, docs, let's take a look at the docs on the daily here. Nice move, and it's got a nice pocket that we can kind of work with here on docs. If we get above this 70 level, we have a nice push to the 71.58, and then we can kind of possibly move higher. All right, now that would be your long trigger. Over the 70, you take a long. Now on the short side, we really need to get under this pivot right here. If we get under this pivot right here, we have room to fall to the 67.60, and then under that, we really flush a little bit lower, even harder. Okay, that's as far as docs goes. BA here coming out with some, I think JP Morgan came out with an upgrade price target of around 270. So again, we understand that there's this gap here, this hollow area on BA. We got up above it the other day, failed to hold, and then when the market pulled, this thing kind of pulled down with it. However, still monitoring that level. Over the 232 level, we see a nice push up into this little pocket, and under the 230 level, we see this gap fill back to yesterday's close. All right, so that's simply the plan here. Over the 232, we see a nice push, possibly even right to this level. We might see some rejection here at 235, but above that, we have room to go, and under the 230, we're seeing that flush down. All right, next one on the list is Piton. Piton is another one here coming down, and I don't like how it pushed up and then gave back most of its gains here. So what I'm really monitoring on Piton, two things. If we can get under the 51 level, which happens to be right here, we should see a flush down to this 49.75 and then lower. However, if we can crack back above the 51.50, then that tells us what? That tells us, all right, they're starting to hold us up above this 200 moving average, then we're looking to track back up to at least yesterday's high, and if we break that, we have a nice chance to run here. All right, so 51.50 on the long side and 51 on the downside. All right, so keep an eye on those ones. Now, I've gone through these. I've gone through the market outlook. If you guys are still here, again, go ahead and smash that like button. So I'm going to dive into chat today. If you guys have any tickers you want me to take a look at, let me know. We'll dive in. We'll discuss it. But please let me know if you guys want to day trade this on the call side or the put side, so I know what you're thinking. Don't just throw tickers out, because I can't really guess what you guys are thinking. All right, so I'm going to dive into chat here, see what you guys have. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Some of us are addicted. Up at 6. Good morning. Dally Healthy, good back. Mia, good morning. Henry, oh, good morning. Don, good morning. Running late, too much tequila last night. Alright, so I didn't see any tickers on the list, but while you guys do put some, let's take a look at NVIDIA. The level that I was watching on NVIDIA, unfortunately, was the 308 level. I was hoping this reject gives us an opportunity in the pre-market, because over that 308 level, it really opens up, and it did exactly just that. Am I interested in NVIDIA today? Possibly, if I see some sort of a pattern at the market open, or maybe looking at it over the 320 level. We'll have a nice squeeze to the 322.80. But again, it's just super extended for me here, and anybody can market dump their shares anytime they want. So I'm aware of that going into the open as well. So you guys, I think some people are in NVIDIA calls, which is great. You guys should be up pretty nicely here. And if you want to decide on what to do, you know, your trigger to sell would be if it gets under the 314.70 area, it might yank before it moves up, and your premium might get killed on the IV crush. So if it does push out the gates, great, sell into the push. But if it does pull, you might want to reconsider holding for a little bit longer. It might hurt you on the premium side. So let's talk about Disney. Disney, as far as I'm concerned, Disney lost a pretty key level. You know, we weren't able to hold. We lost it. We had an inside day, lost the inside day, came down. We're now in this big pocket with a room down to 152, right? So am I interested in Disney? Am I interested in dip buying Disney? Absolutely not. I don't want to be caught in a situation that we had with PayPal, right? We are under the 158 in the short term. I'd be looking to buy puts under this 157, 156 level. If it does break, like I said, has room to the 152. And on the long side, I don't really think there's much there unless you're kind of trying to day trade it. And even in the day trade, I don't really see much, as we have resistance here, resistance here. We have resistance in the prior dates. So I'd be careful with Disney so far. Prague calls this Friday. Prague, another name that's getting a lot of attention on in the retail traders. Again, the reason why I don't trade these names is because of this. Okay, guys? Understand that you're fucking with retail traders. You're trading with people who don't know how to trade. And most of the time, there's people bigger than you, better than you, with lots of bigger size in here, pumping this thing up, and as soon as they get to the targets they want, they'll just unlimitedly dump on you. And that's exactly what happened here. When this spike happens, IV happens, people buy calls thinking this is going to go to the moon, and poop, it just shits the bed, and your IV killed you, and now you're sitting at a loss. Even if it goes up, you still might be a loss. Anyways, under the $10 stocks, guys, seriously reconsider and don't trade them unless you're really aware of what you're really doing. Can you look at V, please? Yes, I can. V. I think they had some news today in regards to partnership with Amazon. I'm not sure if it was V or Microsoft. Anyways, so again, V lost a very critical area. That 205.80 level, it just gapped down and just demolished right below that. So that level is going to be the resistance that we're looking at. If we can get back above this, great. We can look for that gap fill. However, as long as we are under this, we can very easily roll back over. So let's take a look at the 15-minute. And there you go. We're having a rejection level right here at the 205.80. What's the game plan here? Under the 204.50, we see a nice flush back down to yesterday's low. Get back above this level of 206.70. We can very easily try to fill this gap that we had yesterday back above to that level of at least 210.40 and then 212. All right, so understand that, and also understand what you're going to do. Today's Thursday, right? If you're trading same week expiries, understand that you're trading with very high risk, and the opportunity of your contract going to zero may be very highly likely, I should say. So Moyes, we talked about BA, not going to talk about BA now. LCID downside, another name with a bunch of retail traders, and now it's getting fucked. So here we go again, Lucid. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Downside, 46. This 46 level, this 45 level should hold. If we lose this 48, we should come down to the 46, 45 level, and this level should hold it up for the day being. Now, again, not something I want to trade. Too many retail traders, too many caught chasing the top again, and not interested in this choppy action. Nestor, we've already gone over Prague, so you don't need to spam the chat. Let's see, Adobe calls. Let's take a look at Adobe. Adobe looks good. I think it was Sky who mentioned this. It was a little, had a cup and handle that kind of falsely broken out here. It could get back above this once the 674 level. It might push up, but ultimately now we have resistance at the 677. Right? Somebody came in and started dumping at 677. So this level is going to be an area to monitor going into the days to come. However, over the 674 level, you should see a nice push to the 677 before you see some rejection. And over that, you'll be looking at a higher move if market holds itself. All right, PayPal call. Let's take a look at PayPal. All right, so PayPal again struggled. You know, it got into the gap fill and couldn't hold its weight and pulled back down here. Again, now it's sitting above this 206. To me, not much here. We're going sideways. We haven't chosen a direction. Buyers are not stepping up in the gap fill. We're getting gap downs. The chart is becoming too ugly, and I'm not interested in trading this at all. And when the chart gets ugly, you guys should stay away. On, how high do you think it may go? My lines show 50. What do you think? On has already hit 50, hasn't it? We hit 55. Or are you asking about how low can it go? How high do you think it may go? My lines show 50. What do you think? I'm not sure where you at, baby. Let's see. Your lines show 50. It's sitting at 50.90. So I'm not really understanding the question there. Are we pulling out of TTM or holding for longer? It's taking a hit already this AM. Yeah, TTM came down. It gave us PT1. So the rest should be break even on this one, guys. So we hit PT1, but the rest is at break even here. So if it gets back down to entries, you can cut it. Let's see, where was I here? All right, Rivian started to trade options. Is it too early to analyze? Rivian, another name with a bunch of retail traders in it. Honestly, I think the reason why I've done so well in trading is because I stay away with names that are flooded with too many retail traders. You know, is it too early to analyze? No, not really. Under the 135, I should see a further flush, unless it gets back above the 150. If it does, then it can continue higher. And that's just a game plan. There's only short-term game plans here, as the chart's not really matured enough for us to make a decision on price action. Facebook it's on a key level, long or short. Let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook is at a key level, long or short. Let's take a look at the daily here. Again, this chart is not really showing me much. I need a clear direction or a clear pocket move on this. If Facebook gets under the 338, I'll be looking for the put side, at least to the 335 and then under that 330. On the long side, I would really need to monitor that 347, and then we have an opportunity to push up to 353. To try to choose a direction in between this battleground, I'm not really interested. So again, under the 338, we might see that flush. As you can see, we have a big pocket, and on the upside, we need to really clear this at least 347 area to put us back into the pocket for the top side on Facebook. Can you explain again NVIDIA? I've crushed it. IV crush if it pulls under 314. Yeah, so you guys, those who held through earnings on NVIDIA, and if the market opens and this thing pulls down and starts consolidating, well, your implied volatility is going to crush your premium. So if this does not push out at the gates, those of you that are holding from yesterday, if this does not push out of the gates, you might want to reconsider exiting, taking profits, securing in that bag, and then looking for an opportunity later down the road when and if it pulls down. Because if it pulls down or goes sideways, your premium is going to get killed because of the IV. All right, so if you get that push, sell into the push, and if it pulls back down slightly and starts chopping around, get out, secure the bag, because IV crush will kill you. Let's take a look at Facebook, same as Rivian. Rivian is just a joke. Spot reversal confirmed with a double bottom. Swing on the long side. Let's take a look at spot. Guys, I love this. I love you guys are coming in here with these tickers. We've only had one prod, which was sub $10. Nice. So we have this double bottom here, looking good. Let's see what it's at pre-market here. Not much volume in the pre-market. So two ways to trade this, right? You can trade it off the hammer candle, you know, go over the 230 270, 250, stops right here at the 265, or you could wait for the break of the neckline. So your neckline would ultimately be right here, right? Right there, and then possibly see some rejection here, and then we continue higher. All right, so that may be the game plan on spot. You can take it here with stops below, 268 ultimately, as that's the prior pivot here, and then ride this way up, or you can wait for the neckline break and take it above the neckline break. So that's that one. Shares not sure. How do you feel about Tesla today? Tesla today needs to wait. Where are we here? Talked about Prague. What software you're using right now? This is TD Thinkorswim. Good morning. Can you look at M? So M has been a solid mover. We swung this all the way down here, hit targets up here. Now sitting at around 34.60. Our last target on this was 35. Looks like it's about to hit that pre-market. Great earnings. And above that, it can continue higher, but really needs to get back above the 35 in order to do so. As far as a day trade goes, again, not interested in this big move up on this one to be day trading it. But if it does get above that 35.75 level to confirm this move and holds above, might consider it. But again, the move is super extended on the long side. What about Peloton puts? We talked about Peloton. Yeah, we talked about Peloton, so I'm not gonna go over that again. How do you feel about? Let's talk about Tesla. A lot of people want to know about Tesla today. Guys, if you're still here, go ahead and smash the like button. I greatly appreciate it if you guys do that. It would really help with the channel. All right, guys. So Tesla here, we need to get above 1120. All right, this is yesterday's high, 1120. We break above that. We have some resistance. Yesterday at this level as well. 1124 is also some resistance, but if we can plow through this, then we have room to the 1152. All right, 1152 area is going to be the next area if we can get above this. All right, so that's the only thing I would monitor over on Tesla. Needs to get over 1120. FCell, another one of those names I don't like fucking with because there's too many retailers in it, and it's a sub $10 stock. Either way here, it's not looking pretty. These candles are just, when you see candles like this, just stay away. These candles just mean nonsense. You can't even trade this kind of stuff. Bro, one day could you share how you set up your charts? Daniel, on my YouTube, there is a video on that. You can take a look. ABBV, this chart is gorgeous. All right, so we had a swing in this. We came up to this target area here. And it looks good, man. Over this 170, 118 level, we should see a nice push to get a gap fill the rest. Some positive news out on this one as well. All right, so let's take a look. Is DKNG going down anymore? DKNG. Yeah, it's definitely going down more because it just broke my last level of support here. So let's take a look. Let's take a look and see how far out can this really fall. So we broke this support. There's nothing here. There's a big pocket here till 34.98. So very easily can this fall down. Hell yeah, it can. And in fact, under the 37.75 level, this should see a nice push. So actually gonna write that down here. I like it. I like it. Under 37.75, should see a nice push to the nice pull down to the 37.26 and then 36 area. So definitely lost a big support, which is a little bit of a problem on DKNG. Let's take a look. Microsoft swing trade. Unless I see a very specific pattern on the daily, I don't swing trade stocks. And this right here, hitting rejection, putting in this candle, I'm not interested in that at all. Let me see. Remove this. This is the low here. Let's take a look at what's happening. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. Take a look at the 15-minute chart. If it gets under the 338, I'll be actually looking to see if this can yank back down. If it does do that, then it's actually going to pull the market down a little bit. So, in hopes for the market, I hope it doesn't do that. I'm not really interested in the market pulling down here. Visa puts we talked about. What are your thoughts on EVGO? EVGO, another name I see a lot of social media people on it. Again, chart looks wacky tobacco. Stay the fuck away from these stocks, guys. Under 1450, this is gonna die a slow death. If you guys are looking to become rich overnight, this is the fastest way to lose your money. Yeah, not interested. Snap calls, Sabo calls. Snap, let's see here. Snap getting some volume here, but again, it's not ready. It's not ready, guys. The reversal is over here at 57.17. Otherwise, you're trying to fight a non-directional move, and your premiums are gonna you're killed on that. Sava, another name that's just dreading here. Under the 44 area here, you're gonna see it pull down to this 42 level, and under the 42, it's gonna flush really badly here. So keep an eye on it. I'm not dip buying this, neither should you. All right, guys. So we've come to that 9 o'clock level. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, this live actually. Go ahead and smash that like button. And remember, every Thursday I do go live at 8:30 a.m. Some weeks we discuss some topics. Other times we just discuss market and what's going to happen. So make sure you like this video and tune in every Thursday. Regardless of what's happening, I will be live, even if the market's crashing. All right, guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in. And I will catch you all next week. Love you all, and have a safe trading day. Take care.